It's Tuesday, July 26th, and we're chasing The Runner.
Previously on The Runner.
Hit it. Did you get one? No. Got two, looking for one more.
I think we're going the wrong way.
Come on, Travis, run! Buckle up, baby.
You have your postcard?
Yep. I got him. A, B, C. Hey, Matt, Pat, love you. A, B, C, ya. They're out of here. Here comes a couple other teams. You got it. Good to go. Good to go.
Go to the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington.
Everybody on Twitter up until 2 minutes ago was saying go to Portland.
It's either between Portland and Seattle. All right, let's do Seattle.
We're heading to Portland right now because we have no clue where to really go.
Oh my God! What are we doing?
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Pat, and welcome to The Runner. No, don't reload that Go90 app, and no, you're not seeing things. There are only 4 days and just a few hours left of chasing The Runner from coast to coast. That, in a word, is crazy. And also kind of sad. I'm gonna miss this time that we get to spend together every day. Yesterday, the chase took us to the coffee-soaked streets of Seattle, Washington, where our team zeroed in on The Runner like a Seahawk zeroing in on whatever Seahawks eat. I can only assume it's probably fish, but enough of my sports balling. Let's figure out what happened right now.
Oh my gosh! Woo!
That was amazing. That was totally worth it. No other team would do
If we're
that.
in last place, that was worth it. That was pretty
We
exciting.
pushed it to the limits, and I loved it. That was great. No other team's gonna have that experience.
So we just followed our gut, and we just shot off to Seattle.
Cool. I've never been to Seattle before.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Very
cool.
excited.
It's gonna be awesome.
Looks like it'll be smooth sailing on the interstate to Seattle.
We're turning around because the initial clues kind of pointed towards Portland, and we kind of hedged that way anyway. But then, upon further investigation, we see that it's Seattle, Washington. So we're 3.5 hours away from there. We've gone like 20 minutes in the wrong direction. But I'm maybe a couple of the other teams did too, so we're still in it.
Is that Mount Whitney? Mount Rainier? What's that white stuff on top? It's Mount Rainier. Is it snow? Oh my God. Summer? Beautiful.
Jay, are you crying?
I am. I just want to climb it.
I just want to get you up there, bud. I know we've been passing all these rivers. I want to get you fly fishing and climbing up there and doing some sports and activities. We got to catch The Runner, man.
It's where I belong, but here I am sitting in this 2017 Ford Escape. Fortunately, though, it's comfortable and it's a great ride.
On Microsoft Sync technology, all the amenities, of a 2017 life, everything you can ever ask for in here.
Yep.
That was Brother Nature! Let me see past Bravo!
So I think we're ahead of the pack,
I don't know. Now we are.
You think you can wingsuit off the Space Needle?
Are you saying, can I personally,
No.
emotionally overcome fear of jumping off a needle?
It's a valid question. It's something we discussed another time, but I was referencing The Runner's escape today.
You think it might be wingsuiting off the Space Needle?
Somebody said that he had a wingsuit.
I feel like now you're just taking an extreme sport and meshing it with some sort of landmark in the cities we go to.
Look how beautiful this is. This is so beautiful.
What lake is that? It's so beautiful. Oh, I want to go jump in it. Wow, look at that ridge. I wonder if we can climb that.
It's amazing. Can you pin this road for me, dude?
Yeah.
So we can literally just come out here by ourselves with a car.
We're in the belly of the trees right now. The belly of the trees. I like that.
climb it like a ladder, I think. You have to be ultra cautious.
Getting pretty pumped that we're close. I'm eager to see how this challenge goes. Get in there and kick some butt. I've been to Seattle many times. Wouldn't say home field advantage or anything. I was here for a few years, but I know the city.
All right, so Alec, people are tweeting at me saying that the runner got caught in traffic and now he's 6 minutes behind. I don't know if that means he's 6 minutes behind us because we're in the lead, or if he's just like been delayed 6 minutes. That just seems like a weird amount of time. Like, how would they know how fast he should have gotten there?
Yeah, or even if he's 6 minutes out from Seattle, we're only 15 minutes out from Seattle right now.
Plan of action. We are waiting on our geofence still, but we have a good idea. So there's friend zone.
I broke off. I went in the HOV lane and took a left, so we're strictly HOV. They went into normal traffic. The only difference is this road doesn't have access to Mercer Island, so if we get a clue and it's on Mercer Island, then we're not going to have anywhere. We're not going to be able to pull over. It's a gamble. Might pay off though.
We have a good idea of where it's going to be, so it's going to be fun.
Here's the loading dock. So I'm located that this parking is right here, so I can just go right here.
Go to the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington, and follow digital clues to retrieve your finale key. Enter through the loading dock and swipe the security card checkpoint key from Twin Falls, Idaho, to gain access to the back of the house. Take the stairwell up to the yellow 6th door and have your photo taken at the space book.
I'm just gonna change really fast to blend in, then we're gonna go to the loading dock, hop out, and complete the out. Through the loading dock and start to see. Number 6. Excuse me.
Ready, 3, 2, and 1. Looks great. 1 more. 3. Tilt your head up a little. 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you.
This guy spun off on his own in 1993, and if you saw his name, you'd know where to be. Though his title changes often, it consistently, right above eye level, shows just what you must see. Dave Grohl, right, from Nirvana, spun off on his own? So maybe his title is meaning sometimes he's singing, sometimes he plays guitar, sometimes he plays drums.
Okay. I don't get how that maybe plays
the title. He's a drummer, he's a singer, he's a guitar player.
Okay.
Take an elevator to the observation deck and scan your plane ticket's barcode at a photo kiosk and find the background containing further instructions. Melissa B. Use app search space spots front. 12-man flag. No clue.
you'd know where to be. Is it Starbucks?
Nope. Spun off in
No, his
1993.
title changes often. It consistently, dash, right above eye level, dash, shows just what you must see. Can we put it out?
Yeah, drop it out there.
So something like high up?
So
or...
like I said, everyone was saying Space Needle. That's what we have in the GPS anyways.
Okay.
Let's just head there. I'm going to confirm by posting it and like see what everyone has to say, but consensus so far is Space Needle.
Turns out it's actually the show Frasier, where the only thing that was filmed in the city of Seattle actually was the Space Needle. So that's where we're headed now. We're about 7 minutes out.
Travis, so we're going to the Space Needle?
I think so for now.
Open the floor hatch. Be a great idea, probably.
Alright, ready? Yes. Go and start moving your way out.
Going off? So there we go.
Runner has made it to the getaway vehicle? How is that even possible? We're 2 freaking minutes away? Come on. How?
Are you kidding me?
Huh. We're 5 minutes away. We're 5 minutes away.
No. Could we just go to the Space Needle anyways?
The runner has made it to the getaway vehicle.
Dude, no way.
Better luck tomorrow.
No way.
This is my first time in Seattle, and I still want to see the Space Needle.
Let's
so
do it.
keep on keeping on, Raphael. There it is.
Awesome. What a cool postcard and what a cool experience. Whether or not he wins the money, that is like a once in a lifetime experience there. So that is cool. Giving away life experiences as well as hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bounty. But man, the teams, they were so close to capturing the runner, but then he disappeared faster than grunge in the mid 90s. And you know what that means? The bounty is blowing up like grunge in the early 90s. It is currently at a whopping $45,000 and is showing no signs of slowing down. Will we see that bounty reach heights yet unseen? We'll find out soon, but before we send the chasers off to pursue their runner prey, let's first reveal the winners of yesterday's act number 2. The correct answer was, of course, the Space Needle. I guess when you're in Seattle, there's not many other things it could be, I suppose. Anyway, here are the preliminary $500 winners up on the big board. Ken F., Janet W., Lynn F., Becky G., John W., Gina G., Christine G., gee, there's a lot of G's, James R., Michael C., and Renee R. Well, would you look at that? $500 richer. That translates to like 2,500 chicken nuggets. But you wouldn't do that. You would? You would do that? Good on you. Congratulations. Challenge accepted. 2,500 chicken nuggets! That's like my lunch for a week. Now let's check in with the chasers, who I'm sure are all eager to hit the road. For that, we go live to Seattle and the man who refers to himself as Frogman, which I can only assume means he's a Mega Man villain, Kaj Larson. Kaj, what is the latest from Seattle?
It means that I'm amphibious. We're down by the waterfront. That is a good skill to have. And you know who else has some good skills, Matt Pat? Is our runner, who I have been very impressed with his gameplay. Let's hear from him right now.
Hello again, chasers. You were too late on the chase again, but kudos to Brother Nature. They were in the right place at the right time, not for the capture, but they were able to get a picture of me. So Brother Nature knows what I look like. That's going to enhance the game a little bit, make it a little tougher for me. But as I said before, I like a challenge, and I'm going to give you a great one. Good luck today. I won't need any.
I like this guy. He's chivalrous. Even in his smack talking, he's chivalrous. Good. He wished you all luck today. Yeah. But he's also confident. This guy's pretty good. But you guys actually managed to snap a picture of him, like he said, even after he had been declared safe. Do you think that's going to give you a pretty good advantage now?
Oh yeah, we have some good pictures. This is the first time it's happened this whole show, so it's going to be really interesting if we get into a situation where it's like a Shark Tank on foot. We'll have a really big advantage, especially.
It's gonna be hard to hide for sure. Yeah. I mean, we got this close to him, you know. We didn't know that he was safe yet, so we thought we got him. We both pressed our buttons. We were following him, like, whoa, what's going on? And then it just didn't do anything. We're like, oh, he must be safe. But we took advantage and tried to get photos of him. He was covering up the whole time, and then we got like one pretty good photo, so I think it's really gonna help us.
All right, well, I like how you went full paparazzi
we did.
on him.
I was like, trying to take a photo. He's like,
I felt pretty weird doing it, but it paid off.
Cool. Let's see if it actually pays off. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Programmers.
Morning, Josh.
What do you think of this new runner? He seems pretty fast and efficient. You think I'm overstating the case?
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really been tested yet. He's only had a couple of days on the trail.
He rappelled off the Space Needle.
Oh, come on. He slid down a rope. How hard can it be? He seems fine. We'll catch him. We're not concerned.
Yeah, we're impressed, I think, with our strategy the last couple of days. I think we're firing on all cylinders.
Got the momentum back.
Yeah, not tired or anything right now, so we're excited to see what's in store the last couple of days here.
Okay, no runner love from the programmers. Check. Not yet. All right, good luck today, you guys. Friend Zone, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are
Pretty
you?
Well. Ralph, you decided to take a little off-road trip yesterday. What's that all about?
Well, where there's risk comes reward. And if you haven't noticed, we are highly competitive. So we're just thankful that it actually turned out to be a reward and we were able to get in front of the other chase teams. We really, really wish we would have had some drone footage, though, because to show you guys how we really pushed that forward.
The Ford Escape actually did pretty well off-roading.
Yeah, so no flats, no bottoms out, and it paid off. So it was a great strategy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm glad it worked out for you guys, and let's see if it works out with another capture. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Bravo Square.
Morning.
What's up, you guys? You guys got back on the horse yesterday. Rough day, and then came out of the gates firing. What do you have to do to keep that momentum for the next 3 days?
It's just focus, stay in the game. We're on the West Coast, so it's just going to be a lot of the same kind of weather, Pacific Northwest kind of vibe. So just try to use that to our advantage.
But you're out of your element, like you're like New York kids.
Well, I think the most important thing for us is to, even when we're on the road, like when we came from Richland, just to enjoy the scenery, because it's kind of refreshing. It gives us some of that energy back to look at all the different types of scenery and the ocean and stuff.
Total city mouse in the country.
Yeah.
Well, good luck today, you guys.
Thank you.
Sweet and Savage.
Hi, Tosh.
What's up? When are you guys gonna chalk up a win?
Hopefully today. By the end of this game, it's gonna happen.
Right. So, are you feeling the pressure of the clock ticking down a little bit?
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think pressure is good sometimes. It'll make
I
us
actually work
harder.
better under pressure.
Yeah.
So maybe this is my time. This is
We
our
need it.
time.
It's our time.
Okay, I feel it for you guys.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
today.
much.
Runner All Stars.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
So, Steve, you, me, and the runner actually have something in common.
Mm-hmm.
We're all veterans.
Yeah.
How do those military skills translate into this game?
Well, like, he's going to have to adapt and overcome because every day is different. But the fact that he's a veteran tells me he's probably a dullard like you and I. Right. So someone who couldn't make it in the real world, so they had to go into the military.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely was that. I was the epitome of that. So, yeah. So we'll catch him.
So you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Significant disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Status.
Oh, yeah. He's probably like in the army or something. So, I mean,
I am not going to like open the
just like my parents
inter-service
were. My
rivalry
parents
can of
were. They're in
worms.
the army.
Yeah.
They're fine people, but I mean,
Well, here's to you catching the big green machine. Real quick, easier to be a runner or chaser?
Easier to be a chaser.
Yeah,
I
less
think,
pressure.
Yeah, less pressure. We're able to work off of each other, bounce ideas off of each other. It's nice to have a partner to go through the challenges with where when you're a runner, the stress and the pressure are just against you, and then you have 12 people against you, and all odds are against you when you're the runner.
You can have a bad day as a chaser, but you still have tomorrow.
Right.
As a runner, you get caught, but yeah.
Right. Good. Well,
Alex wanted me to give this to you, so you can read it later. You can read it later.
Yeah, we're definitely not passing notes right now. Never stops this guy. Okay, speaking of pressure, let's add some pressure to our new runner who I've been very impressed with, and let's issue today's Chaser Challenge. All right, chase teams. So here's what you got to do today. When I give you the start, I want you to run over to this pier overlooking the Seattle skyline where you'll find 12 crab traps tethered to a 200-foot rope. Pull in those crab traps. Inside, you'll find a puzzle. Come back here, piece together the puzzle, show it to me, and I'll, in turn, give you your clue to the location of the runner's next daily op.
Got it.
Got it good?
Yeah. Good.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it. All right. It's my favorite part of the day is I initiate these guys, boom, backpacks dropped, mad sprint to start off the morning, and we'll see. This is a pretty physical challenge, at least the initial part. We'll see who gets their puzzle first and is able to piece it together and get on the road to catch the runner.
Kaj, I gotta ask you, what is the note? Will you read it live for us right now? Yes.
Dear Kaj, do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. Heart Alex. P.S. Don't tell Matt Pat.
Kaj, do I have to be worried when you get back into studio? Is there something between you and Steve? Or Alex?
You know I only have eyes for you.
Okay.
No.
Okay, good. Well, let's hope it stays the case, because you only have 4 days left, and the distance has only made our hearts stronger.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, my friend, and I am very fond of you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kaj. We'll be seeing you in studio in just a couple days. Have fun in Seattle. I'm a bit jealous of what's going on the road. I think he's not telling me something. I'm a bit worried. All right, America, don't be crabby now. It is time to jumpstart those big, beautiful brains of yours, so get ready to act. The answer to America's cash task provides the vital piece of information that the chasers need to solve their clue. America, here is your cash task.
Head straight to the source to solve today's act. You're the Chaser's lifeline.
And just like that, the act is now live. To tackle that task and earn that cash, you'll find it out across all of our social media. And when you have the answer the chasers need, make sure that you enter it at go90.com/therunner for your chance to win $500. We'll reveal the winners, including possibly you, later today. 2,500 McNuggets are in your future. We'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific with the absolute latest updates on the chase as we head to the finish line. And then at 10, we'll reveal the latest standings on that $50,000 MVP leaderboard. But until then, the chase continues. Guys, I'm worried about Kaj. What do you think? Hello, America, and welcome back to day 26 of The Runner. I'm Matt Pat, coming to you live from Runner HQ, and if you see a little tear in my eye, that's because there are only 4 days left until our huge Runner finale. 4 days! This finale, though, is going to be huge. Fear not, though, because there is still so much time and so much action to be had remaining in the remaining days of this chase. Speaking of, though, today the chase teams began in Seacrest Park in Seattle. Each team member had to reel in a 200-foot rope from Seattle's Elliott Bay, and at the end of those ropes were crab cages. Each cage contained half of a puzzle, which meant the full puzzle couldn't be put together until both team members had reeled in their cages. Once the puzzle was assembled, revealing a very familiar scene of the Space Needle, the teams were given their clue to the location of the runner's daily op. But not just any clue, mind you, it's a doozy. In fact, they were given this clue right here. No more Washington, K. It's time for something new. Blank, blank. Take your BFF and think of what you'll do when you surprise the runner and yell at him, boo! So some of you may see these blanks as empty spaces, but I see them as money-making opportunities, cash task opportunities. You, America, had to take on your own challenge involving the Space Needle, and you did it the best way that you did it online. This, America, was your act clue. You were given a picture of a moonlit Seattle sky that included the Space Needle with the words .com next to it. So naturally, we all went straight to the Landmarks website, www.spaceneedle.com. And I gotta say, we've had a lot of really cool act clues, but this might be one of my favorites so far because the good folks at the Space Needle allowed us to plant your act clue right onto their actual website. That's teamwork. It's very awesome. And their website is also very cool. They have one very long homepage. And if you keep on scrolling up at every single level, they give you a new fact about the Space Needle. It's all very fascinating stuff. And I hope that some of you checked back after you were done solving the clue to learn a little bit about this historic landmark. But if you remember your act image, it wasn't just the Space Needle that was important. The moon in the photo was also a very crucial part of this clue, because if you scroll all the way to the top of the Space Needle website, you can actually reach all the way up to the moon. It's crazy. And it's there that you'll find the image that you're looking for. It's a fun image of an astronaut with a lunar module, and on the module's hull is a URL that happens to read www.runtothemoon.com. Run to the moon indeed. Maybe we can do that as a location for next season. Season 2, your next chase goes to the moon. I don't know, nothing. Not gonna happen. We don't have connections with SpaceX. We'll work on it between season 1 and season 2. Anyway, once you went to that website, you were taken to this. A series of numbers with absolutely no instructions. And when you clicked on any of those numbers, you discovered that they were all hyperlinks to various other pages with only a single word written on each. And if you clicked them all and wrote them all down, you would have gotten yourself 132 words and absolutely nothing of value to give to the chase teams. We're just trolling you hard today, but maybe, just maybe, the beginning of that string of numbers caught your attention, because it starts with the number 0 and then it's followed up by the number 1 twice in a row, 0, 1, 1. Now, if that little hint looked familiar, well, good on you, my friend, because this string of random seeming numbers isn't random at all. Within this sequence, you'll find the numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. It's a phenomenon of math, science, nature, and now the runner. It starts with 0, 1, 1. And although that sequence is infinite, the first dozen numbers are 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, and 89. Even though I'm looking at the monitor, I actually have them memorized because I'm a nerd like that. Hashtag nerd pride. So when you clicked on those particular numbers and wrote down the words that you received in order, you got the following message. If you take a plane, train, or UFO, just get there PDQ. Whew, man, and we are still not done. So now, with this sentence in tow, you had the missing phrase to the chaser's clue, which now we can read in its entirety. No more Washington, K. It's time for something new. If you take a plane, train, or UFO, just get there PDQ. Take your BFF and think of what you'll do when you surprise the runner and yell at him, boo. So, oh my gosh, are you ready for the most surprisingly quick answer of your life? Well, KUFO, KPDQ, KBFF, and K-Boo are all radio stations in a little town that's about to get hit with a whole lot more chasing, and that town is Portland, Oregon. Woo! Wax your artisan mustaches, people, and put on some skinny jeans because we are headed to Portland. That was a beast. So very exciting stuff, very cool stuff, but this is the great thing about Chaser Challenges. They set the course of events for the entire rest of the day. So to see how it all went down this morning, let's take it out to Kaj in the field.
Well, Matt, it was actually a really interesting amalgam of skills that came into play today. At first, of course, there was the physical component of the challenge, which took about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. But what was really interesting is that the puzzle itself didn't seem on the surface to benefit any one particular team. The playing field seemed relatively level, but it didn't bear out that way in the challenge. So after I issued the challenge, about 25 minutes in, you had the first couple of teams start to piece this puzzle together. We had the usual suspects, programmers, Bravo Square, first 2 teams out the gates on their way to chase the runner. Lagging way behind, we also had a familiar story. Sweet and Savage were last out of the gates almost 50 minutes after I issued the challenge. So once again, we're in a situation where we have a really wide playing field and a really uneven distribution between the chase teams. Bravo Square, programmers way out in front, the other teams middle of the pack behind them, and then Sweet and Savage really far back. They'll have to make up all of that ground. The one variable, of course, that none of the chase teams can control is the runner and how quickly and efficiently he executes his op. So if he does that, he's safe for the day, and I'll keep you posted on all the action here in the field. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks a lot, Kaj. Recommendation there, you might want to button up some more of your shirt. It's probably cold in Seattle today. I don't know. Not that I'm complaining about showing off the chest, Kaj. All right, let's take it over to the GPS, shall we? Enough Kaj flirtation for one day. Here we are. This is from this morning after the Chasers completed their challenge. You'll see, just as Kaj said, Programmers Bravo Square out of the gate first thing, followed quickly by most of the other teams. Bravo Square having a little bit of a detour there, probably double checking that they're headed in the right direction. But as you can see, everyone headed south down to Portland, with Sweet and Savage having a very slow start out of the gates today, struggling to put together that puzzle that was an essential part of their Chaser challenge this morning. So they're a bit further back, but again, today is all about, it's an ambush day, it is a Shark Tank day, so they have a good shot at getting back into this race, getting back, and as long as they're observant, they have a shot at catching the runner today. But before we get to that, let's talk to Brother Nature, or at least check in with Brother Nature in their car in the aftermath of this morning's challenge. Here they are.
We're on the road now, and Travis is figuring out where we're going. We left the 3rd team, I believe. Fourth team.
Yeah, it was Programmers, Bravo Square, All Stars, us. Our biggest mistake there was having the puzzle too spread, so we thought there's a lot of fillers. Once we just condensed it, we've got it like relatively fast.
Yeah. The first part of it was physical, so we did the physical thing quite fast, and then puzzle thing, it was kind of just, we did our best. Took us a little longer, but we figured it out. Hopefully it's a Shark Tank, so we can catch up to everyone.
Yep, and they're totally right. Like I mentioned before, today is a Shark Tank day, so the dispersion on the roadway won't matter quite as much because everyone will be there in the city circling around hoping to catch the runner. That being said, let's catch up with Sweet and Savage, a team I have yet to talk to throughout this entire chase, and now it's the first time that I get to meet them. A bit of a slow start this morning, but they are on the roadways now. We're going to them live in the car, hopefully, assuming that the internet connection works. So let's check in with Sweet and Savage. Sweet and Savage, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, first off, it is great to officially meet you. Thanks for taking time out of, what's been a bit of a challenging day this morning for you. Hopefully it starts shaping up, but can you take me through a little bit about you solving the puzzle this morning and what was going through your head?
Yeah, Matt, puzzles we actually like. I'm pretty good at visually seeing things. Heather is as well. We just take things a little slower sometimes to make sure we don't make any mistakes, and we do things accurately that first time. And unfortunately, it was slower than everyone else today. I mean, I think the puzzle was kind of challenging for everyone, but we pulled it through, got straight on the road, knew exactly where we were going, and have been en route ever since.
Okay, and today, even though you're starting a little bit behind the pack, today is a Shark Tank ambush day, right? So you guys will be there in the city with everyone else. So what is your strategy going into Portland, knowing kind of a little bit about the identity of the runner?
Yeah, we're happy that it's a Shark Tank today since we are far behind everyone. So we plan on, once we get there, we'll get on foot, and we know what he looks like, so we can keep an eye out. We know what kind of car he has, so we're going to be looking for that. Possibly maybe a getaway vehicle or just staying very aware. And since we're coming in last, the other teams are going to be running around kind of frantic, and we're going to come in kind of cool, calm, and collected and just press our button today and get him.
Awesome, guys. Well, let's hope that you join, the top 5 teams of everyone who's won from the OG Chase teams some cash in your pockets today.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we would like that a lot, actually.
Absolutely. I know that you guys are in the middle of your drive, so I'll let you keep at it. Safe drive, and we'll see you in Portland. All right. Whew. So there you go. Big day for them. Very eager. And yeah, they're totally right about that whole fresh-faced, fresh-eyed thing. If you're in the city for too long, you start to kind of become desensitized to the world. So them arriving last today might actually work to their advantage. It's a very interesting strategy. Now, it is time to peek behind the curtain of the internet, something that I only recommend that you should do very carefully because it is a dangerous place. But you know what? It's okay today because we have a very special guest in studio to help us do it. Say hello to the top basketball parody star in the world and also the star of the hilarious Dunk League right here on Go 90. It is Brandon Armstrong.
How you doing, man?
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for coming in the studio today.
Thanks for having me, man.
So, first off, I got to ask, basketball parody star, what exactly does that mean?
I impersonate some of the best NBA players in the National Basketball Association.
Okay.
And I basically poke fun at their different antics with a comical twist.
Okay, so I'm a Clevelander. I'm a native Clevelander, so obviously we have LeBron James. What would be kind of your impersonation or impression of LeBron?
Well, I recently just did a LeBron be like,
Sure.
and basically, LeBron doesn't like to dribble the basketball. So
You've noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So
the referees haven't noticed that, yeah.
He travels a lot. He takes more than 2 steps, and he flops.
Yeah.
So that's what LeBron is.
Yeah, so you'd be flopping around on the ground.
Yeah, trying to get the call.
Doing his this whole thing and all that. Yeah, I get it, man. So tell me a little bit about Dunk League.
Dunk League is the 10 best dunkers in the world, and they compete for a grand prize. But each competition has a chance to win a money prize.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And you're a judge on that, yes?
Yes, I'm not a dunker.
So what makes a good dunker?
The creativity. Making it on the first try, and just the elevation.
Awesome, man. And we have a clip of Dunk League to show, as well as some of your impersonation work right here.
Hey, let's go. We got that ultimate sports impersonator, B-Dot. Oh, with the reverse lob. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's a little bit of Dunk League at the end there. So I've got to ask, as an impersonator, or as kind of like an NBA impersonator, do you think that you'd be comfortable impersonating some of our Chaser teams?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, cool. That's awesome to hear, because on the roadways, the teams have a lot of time to spend, and they've been starting to kind of get a little stir crazy in the cars. So they've been sending in little impersonation videos of each other, of us, and here's a video of actually one of our team's programmers making an impersonation of me, just to give you a little flavor of what's going on.
Hi, I'm Matt Pat, and I'm talking to other Matt Pat. Hi, Matt Pat. I'm Matt Pat too. Do you love Kaj as much as I do? Because I sure love him. I love Kaj and his monotone colors. Oh my gosh, he's so great in earth tones. It really brings out that velvety smooth skin of his. Kaj is great. I'm sending it back to you, Matt Pat, for a live update of our Chase teams in the field. Okay, cool. Thanks, Matt Pat. I'm sending it back to you, Matt Pat. Cool. Let's go over to our social team and see how they're doing. Social team, any news from the Chase teams?
There's like tweets coming, and there's like Instagrams, and like fans are talking, and that's it.
Thanks, social. Chase is on. Chase is on.
All right, so very clearly, impersonations, impressions are kind of a big thing on the Chase right now. And since we have you here in studio, I would love to do some impersonations with you of the other Chaser teams. So first off, you've watched the show, yes?
Yes.
Great. So Brother Nature. They are kind of the tea-loving, kind of like natural-minded guys from Hawaii, brother team. So how would you kind of impersonate them?
Travis, bro, like, if we didn't stop and get the tea, we wouldn't be in 4th place right now.
It's true, my brother, but The evergreen friendly forest is giving me such chill vibes right now.
I know, bro, but if we can take some of those leaves and make tea leaves, and get some ginseng and the energy from it, and we just be positive together.
Bro, that's so right. Let's
bring
braid
it
each
in,
other's
bro.
hair. Love,
Bro,
peace and love, buddy.
No,
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's great. Yeah. Right, and scene. Thank you, too kind. And then the other one I'd love to see your interpretation of is who we just got off the live stream with, which is Sweet and Savage.
Yeah.
We've given them a hard time here in the studio, but they're always about like positivity and dancing and smiling. A little bit girly though too.
Yeah.
So can you give me some thoughts there?
I I love it. Like I can't even.
I can't even.
Like if you can't even, why can't I not even either?
Sometimes I just can't even.
Oh my gosh, like
I just can't. I just can't.
If you can't, we both can't.
Wait, sorry, I gotta dance. Oh, dance, yeah. Hey, runner, here I am. Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. Once again, they can watch Dunk League on Go90. It's available right now, yes?
Yes.
Whole series is available.
Whole series.
And then where else can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at b.a.5.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, brother. I look forward to exploring the friendly forest again with you soon. All right, let's give him a round of applause. Thanks, man. Brandon Armstrong, everybody. Brandon, that was so much fun. All right, Laura. So top that.
Come, my brother.
Yeah, what do you want?
I just want to push the button. Everyone's been wanting to do that, right?
You fisted the button, Laura. Thank you. All right, so what do you got? Now that you've pressed the button.
Obviously, the runner is not here because nothing went off, so we're good.
No capture was made. You just burned through your button.
Speaking of the runner, yesterday people did see the runner. I mean, Seattle, the Space Needle, lots of people are there.
Yeah.
And Hannah here didn't know what was happening, not a fan of the show at the time. I'm sure she is now. But she got this video of the runner, as you can see, just dangling on his way down, rappelling.
So you're seeing people, obviously someone rappelling from the Space Needle is a huge event in Seattle.
Huge, yeah.
Making the news, getting all sorts of headlines. And so here's Hannah, just random person starting to like, hey, something is weird here. And so if I'm a chaser team and I've got my eye, like my fingers on the pulse of Seattle, I see this and I'm like, oh, I got to head to the Space Needle right away.
Instantly.
Very cool.
And you probably are guessing that's the runner.
Yeah,
right?
Of course, absolutely. So what else we got?
Then we have another tweet from Mika, who has this great shot of him right before he was about to go down. So, and as you notice, it's
so she was up there in the Space Needle taking this picture?
She must have been up there because it looks very close.
It is very close. And this is important because this is the first clear shot that we've gotten of the runner's face.
Exactly. And as you can tell, she sent it to Sweet and Savage.
Yeah, she sent it so very clearly, even though Brother Nature was the first to see him yesterday, everyone is starting to get this information.
Everyone's starting to get it.
And here's another shot from Brandon.
Yep, sent to Friend Zone. So you can see his face.
So we're getting all sorts of angles.
Yes.
And then I think we have one more.
We have one more from Annette. And this is actually a screen grab of a periscope that someone took of him coming down. And,
really?
Yeah.
So everyone was out in force at the Space Needle.
Out.
All sorts of people were out there documenting what this guy looks like. And now he's really exposed.
He's really exposed.
It's the first time in this whole chase that we're not the ones who are exposing the face of the runner.
Yes.
Social media has done the job for us.
And we've seen a lot of people who've been tweeting since the very beginning that are now starting to see that they're in their hometowns and go out there.
That's wild.
They know the show.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go. So that is truly a game changer, and we'll see how that plays into today with the Shark Tank situation. That could have huge ramifications. All right. But the chase teams really do appreciate it when you show them a little love and a little bit of the runner's face online. And fortunately for you, that love is a two-way street because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Chaser Cash. Each chase team has $1,000 a day to give to the person that they deem most worthy. So these are the preliminary winners from yesterday's chase. Sweet and Savage thanked Nigel Doss for always being so supportive. Congratulations to you, Nigel. I hope your wallet can support a $500 times dose. Nigel Dose. I get it. It's a joke. Brother Nature had a great time hanging out with Know Your Prey outside the Space Needle yesterday, and she was rewarded very handsomely with Chaser Cash. Yes, she not only hung out with Brother Nature, but she got paid to do it. Doesn't seem fair, right? I know Laura in the studio would pay to hang out with Brother Nature. Putting her on the spot. She's got a crush on Brother Nature. Shh. She is so embarrassed right now. She is turning so red. Bravo Square thanked at Miko_Fa for being a longtime member of the Square Squad. I assume long time is a relative term, though. Wouldn't it be weird if Miko Fa had been on the Square Squad since, like, I don't know, 1994? That wouldn't make much sense. Friendzone gave their chaser cash to at Luong Mary 1 for her quote, mesmerizing fan art. Friend zone. Mesmerized. That's my impersonation of what happened when they saw it, and thus gave money to Luong Mary 1. Runner All-Stars thanked at Hey Mr. Bly for being on their team since day one, and because it was her birthday. She got $1,000 for it being her birthday. I hope you're paying attention, Grandma. Birthday's coming up in November. And Brogrammer is rewarded at LilBro509 for his help, adding, quote, smells like you're our choice for Chaser Cash. That's either a Seattle-themed Nirvana reference or the Brogrammers are slowly losing their minds. At this point in the chase, either could very well be true. You know who else, though, is paying for backup? If you guessed the runner, well then slow clap for you, because ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Runner Cash. The preliminary winner of today's Runner Cash is the cash magnet known as at Cheng Sketcher for his awesome sketch of the runner. Seriously, Cheng Sketcher, if you win any more money, there's gonna be a bounty on your head. But hey, well-deserved cash every day, well-deserved. So let's bring it over to the live GPS board. This is in Portland. We are very zoomed out now, but as you can see, we're zooming in on the location as all of the chase teams make their way into that aforementioned Shark Tank. So as you can see, today is another one of those stealth days. This chase is broken up into speed days and stealth days, as you heard Steve mention earlier this week, and today is a stealth day for our new chaser. So here they are. This is the tank where it's going to be in Portland in just minutes, actually, as the Brogrammers are going to be the first to cross in. But it's a very, very do-or-die moment for our new runner, who also, as we saw earlier this episode, has had his face exposed to all of these teams. So whether or not he knows that yet, we're not 100% sure. But very clearly, it is going to be a tense situation for him today. So make sure that you're watching and staying up to date on social media to see what happens. But as you can see, based on this live GPS, all 6 chase teams have yet to breach the geofence. So America's Cash Task number 2 still has not been released to you guys. But as I mentioned, it could go live at any moment. So make sure that you're sticking close to our social media to get it right away. We're at The Runner Go 90 on Instagram and Twitter, and we're also on Facebook. Now, as each of the chaser teams crosses that geofence, they'll receive a clue to the exact location of where the runner will be completing his daily op. The moment all 6 of those teams have crossed the fence, or if a team decides to take it public early, the clue will be blasted out to you guys. Solve that clue and win yourself some cash. We'll be back later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern to announce the names of this morning's Act 1 winners, but in the meantime, the chase continues. See you then! The friendly forest is filling you. Hello again, America. We have got to stop meeting like this. I'm Matt Pat, coming to you from Runner HQ with a breaking game update. The town of Portland just went from the runner's next stop to the runner's final stop because he has been captured. Yes, our Space Needle walking runner was pinned by a chase team today, and a team who has laid claim to the bounty of, let's go walk over and see how much they earned, $48,481.94. Not a bad haul, but who was it? Well, we'll be finding out very soon. But right now, let's get a first look at the trap that was laid in front of our runner.
Okay, so I received a pretty nondescript clue that just said head to Portland, Oregon. So I'm just gonna try to be prepared for a Shark Tank situation today. It does make me a little bit nervous because I know Brother Nature knows what I look like, and it's easier to pick me out just by knowing that I'm black. I'm just gonna have to avoid even being seen by them. It's gonna be more of a military style urban invasion and escape scenario, and I think I have the skill advantage there.
So Shark Tank. Well, you know what he looked like? We just need to get there before he leaves, man. I don't know why we had a feeling today was going to be a Shark Tank. We were just talking about how difficult it's going to be for this new runner.
At this point, we've been through all kinds of Shark Tanks. We know what to expect. I have a pretty good feeling about today.
We're going to do a Shark Tank in Portland, which would naturally, in Portland, it would be called some sort of free-range, all-natural, vegan, locally sourced shark emporium, where you get to meet the sharks and like understand their wants and desires and their family they grew up in before you were then given a chance to capture them.
You gonna punch the button, Travis? I'm gonna punch it so hard. Punch it and break the phone? No, I'm gonna give it a love tap. Love the button. I'm gonna love the button. Love that button. Give the button some love. We have a great relationship with the button. We do. But today is the day that is it our honeymoon today? Things are coming together, I can tell you that right now.
All right, so you have a lot of hungry chaser teams out on the roadways today, eager to punch that button. But what do you do if you're the runner? You know, yesterday your face went out to America when you were in Seattle. You had people live online tweeting at the chaser teams, photos of your image. You had even a chaser team spot you in real life. So step one, obviously, get a disguise. And our runner was no exception. Here's the disguise that he got.
There it is.
So as you can see, he's pulling up to a wig store, knowing that the chase teams are aware that he has short hair. He's going to do something to mix that up. So that begs the question of, well, what wig do you go for? Obviously the orange. Orange Bob. Orange Bob? Nope. He's going for the dreadlocks. Probably the more sensible option, I would say. So obviously trying it on. Testing it out. It's a bit extreme, but okay. Definitely mixes up his look a little bit. Getting some professional help here. Getting it all tied up. Looks okay. I'm not one to judge his hairstyle or his dreadlocks. Not necessarily the most natural looking wig, but also disguises him a little bit, so he's doing all right. But what else is he gonna do? Well, you don't have to have me explain it to you. Here's the runner actually explaining the strategy for himself as he prepares to enter the Shark Tank. Listen in.
The phone booth that I need to get my clue from under should be right at the corner of this Nordstrom rack. But still, I'm assuming now that all the teams are inside the Shark Tank because I have my op. So I'm gonna stay away from the streets. That's really what I wanna do unless I have people with me. And if I find someone to walk with me, I will walk, on the sidewalk, streets type of thing, and just be vigilant to start running at a moment's notice.
All right, so there's two key elements to his plan now, right? He's going to use kind of the Unicorn Stephanie approach of getting a set of friends or a significant other or whatever to follow him into the Shark Tank. So he has kind of the disguise of other people. And then if all else fails and he sees a chaser team coming at him, run away in the opposite direction. So was he successfully able to find some friends? We have video footage to show that yes, he was. Let's pull that up. So as you can see here, he's found a group of friends who, I don't, maybe it's just me, but I look at this and these kids look a lot younger than he is. And definitely, this doesn't look like a posse I would expect to naturally occur in real life. Adding in someone else here, but it's kind of like a party of people I wouldn't necessarily expect to be hanging out on the streets of Portland. And now here he is on the street corner that he just pointed out to us a minute ago, looking for his clue, the clue to his daily op. It's been pretty expressly dictated to him that it is meant to be right underneath the phone inside of that little phone outlet there. So he's struggling to find it, taking a lot of time, making himself very obvious to see. So maybe not the best strategy here. I'm honestly questioning what he's doing. He didn't change his clothes. He's still rocking out with the sun's out, guns out look. Still wearing the signature Under Armour and just with the wig and a couple of people. So kind of sketchy. But let's take it to the GPS and see how it went from there. So this is the runner with his cohort of friends entering into the Shark Tank. Here we see Bravo Square a few blocks away, Sweet and Savage on the opposite street corner. And there he is. That is him on that street corner trying to get his daily clue. You see Brother Nature start to round the block. He makes a move away from them, seeing them get close, doubles back, literally passes by, doubles back again, and then gets caught right at the edge of the shark tank. And remember, it is possible to escape shark tanks. We've seen Stephanie do it, the Unicorn Runner do it once. We saw Steve do it multiple times. And so it's really about stealth. And what I can tell you is he was successfully able to get the clue. He was able to get his daily op and start to move away, but he kept double backing over and over again. So what's the situation there? He had a clear shot to get out. That is the question that we're going to answer today. But you saw it there. You are correct. It is Brother Nature making their second capture of the game. In fact, we have footage of that right here. Yeah, do it.
Runner, go 90. It's active runner, go 90. I'm outside of the shark tank. Am I catching? Oh man, good job, guys.
Oh,
how did you guys know it was me? Did you see? I don't even know. Oh man. Hey, you know I saw you guys and just turned around.
Did you?
Right?
Really?
Yeah, you guys were walking this way. I thought you guys kept going. What made you turn around?
We went to the bathroom and we
Did
just
you?
came out
And there I was, huh? I was walking with my friends over here. I was just telling them to tweet me because they got me out here safely. And then you guys come running. I didn't even see you right behind me.
Wow. Oh my God.
My eyes and ears, guys. I'm just joking.
So most anticlimactic capture ever. He doubles back multiple times. He's telling his friends how he can give them runner cash before he's even gotten clear of the area when he knows that chaser teams are literally a block away. He didn't change his Under Armour. He has this janky wig. What the heck is going on? Come on. Well, let's talk to the chaser teams. In fact, let's let Kaj talk to the chaser teams to get more about what happened. So here we are. This is Kaj in Portland right now, talking to the team that kept Portland weird and made themselves a whole lot more money in the process. Here's Kaj.
Yes, Matt, it is payday in Portland. Another runner bites the dust. I have to tell you, I actually thought this runner was going to go the distance. When I saw him rappelling off the Space Needle yesterday, I was like, this guy is one cool customer, but his vibes were overwhelmed by the positivity of Brother Nature, who racked up their second capture. Let's talk to him right now and figure out how it all went down. Yes, Travis Koa, congratulations. No, this is a handshake, not a bow moment right here. Amazing. So you guys have proved to be really adept at the Shark Tank situation. What were you thinking going into it?
Well, we had a big advantage just from yesterday taking those photos. We knew exactly what he looked like. So we weren't going to blow a button on anybody that was far off of, what he looked like.
Except for Koa, you had a pocket dial?
I had a little pocket dial situation. I wasn't too happy about that. There was a guy helping us from Twitter, and he was like, hey, I'm on third and something.
Taylor.
And I'm following this guy. He's been looking suspicious, so we ran over there and went to pull my button out, and it already had the X on it. I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? There's a lot of pressure there because we're still in a Shark Tank. We don't know what's going to happen after this, So do we blow our button on someone or do we, I don't know.
Conserve it. Well, it's so interesting. This was actually the original conception of the game, that all of America would be hunting for the runner, making it more challenging for him. Yeah. That's actually started to come to fruition.
Yeah.
So, you guys are getting information real time from people on the ground. How much did that factor in, all that?
I think it was big help today. Between what we already knew from the photos we took and everybody's insight, people were following him on the freeway and all this stuff. So
from Seattle, someone followed him all the way down here. So they're we know exactly where he is. What he's wearing.
Someone told us exactly what he was wearing and all this stuff. So it was amazing.
You got to take everything with a grain of salt though, because you never know what he actually if they're just following someone that looks like him or what. So luckily we had the photos to reference and we felt good about it.
And then Travis, break down how the actual capture went down.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. We're kind of in no man's land, following this guy just down at the corner next to the waterfront. We're looking at a parking garage, I don't know. It wasn't a good game plan, and we both had to go to the bathroom really bad, and we were planning on going towards the area of our parked car because we knew it was around that time where we would have to head to the next destination. So we go in this like random, just by luck, you know, we're like, should we go to the bathroom here? Like, sure. So we go and there's like the private stalls. So I go first and then Koa goes and so Koa's in there and I'm just looking out the window, just like almost daydreaming, like kind of thinking like, what's our plan gonna be? And then like pretty far away, I see this guy just fitting the perfect description, like his clothing details and his wig and everything. So I was just like, oh my God. I run back to the bathroom. I'm just pounding on the door. I'm like, Koa, get out, get out. He's like, what is it, like a runner alert? I'm like, no, like, come on, you gotta come. So we just like fly out of there and we're like booking it down and he just doesn't look behind him. And I wanted, because it was our last button, I wanted to for sure like know it was him. So I just went right around him and like saw his face and just saw him. I just pressed it and it said captured instantly.
Yeah.
Just like
It was funny. He did the full like he looked around and then looked up at him and was like, ah! It was so creepy. But
that is an intense capture.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys have proved to be incredibly adept at behavioral analytics and profiling. So if pro surfing and Tarzan modeling doesn't work out, I'm sure the TSA will always pick you up for something. Great job today, you guys. Super stoked for you. Congratulations. The only team with 2 captures on the board.
Yeah, it feels good.
Top of the podium. Congrats. Hey, Sweet and Savage.
Hi.
How you doing? So you guys had a rough start today.
Yes.
The puzzle wasn't happening for you, but you kind of made up time, which you guys really have a good capability of doing. You do that a lot. And you got in the Shark Tank.
Yeah, we were just praying for a Shark Tank as we were completing this puzzle because it was taking us a lot longer. And once we figured out that it was, we were so excited because we knew we had an opportunity. We kind of knew we weren't going to be able to catch him outside of the Shark Tank because the clue comes out in order as you have arrived. And
that was our only hope. Yeah,
we had eyes open. We knew exactly like who we were looking for.
And you were really close to him a bunch of times, like 50K.
Oh, that makes me
walked
feel
right by
so
you.
good. Gosh. Well, I actually did press my button today on
did.
someone, and
he looked exactly like him too. So I mean, it was a good one.
Yeah,
It's
and
okay.
we did know what he was wearing as well. We got insight from someone on Twitter, and I thought maybe he had changed, so we followed someone for a little bit and used my button, but we still had hers. But
Okay. You were close, duped by a runner doppelganger, but next time. I know you're going to get in the money. I know it.
okay,
Yes.
Kosh.
All right.
Really happy for you guys.
Yeah, we are
Congratulations
happy.
again.
Cool. Good luck tomorrow, you guys.
Thank you, Kosh.
Programmers.
How's it going, Kosh?
Good. What do you think of the events that transpired today? What happened for you guys?
Yeah, we did really well in the challenge. Made it here. We were in the Shark Tank. Had plenty of time and opportunity to catch him. We just never crossed paths with him. I mean, these guys are crazy. And it's 3 blocks away. They're seeing people like I don't know how they do it, but absolutely congratulations to them. We were in the zone. We've had incredible momentum the last 3 days, just like we had before we caught our first runner. So I think we're due for another one here in the next couple of days.
How did you know that Brother Nature got the capture?
We didn't find out.
Yeah, we didn't find out until everyone kind of reconvened. But I mean, you couldn't ask for like 2 more genuine dudes to win the cash and keep on crushing in these Shark Tank scenarios. So we're happy for them. We're excited. But like James said, our momentum has been really positive lately. So hopefully some of those good vibes will transfer over to a capture here in the next 3 days, our last 3 days.
Cool. 3 more to go.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Bravo Square. How
you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing? What would you guys have done if you were the runner in this Shark Tank situation?
I mean, I feel like the runners have had 2 different strategies in the Shark Tank, either trying to avoid everybody completely or trying to disguise yourself. He kind of took a combination of both. From what I understand, he only ran into Brother Nature, right? I don't think any of the other teams that didn't make the capture saw him. We didn't see him at all. So this wasn't a case of us seeing him and not recognizing him. So he did a really, really good job. From what Brother Nature was telling us, it happened towards the end, like he was on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, once somebody sees you like 3 blocks away.
Yeah, there's nothing you can like.
Pretty much over.
Brother Nature is the kind of team where like you hear they captured and you're like, oh man, and then you hear their story and you're like, I can't even be mad. Like that's just.
You can't be mad.
Are you serious? Like,
I want to hear it again.
Like Koa's in the bathroom.
Yeah,
gets a
I'm
capture.
like, tell it again, tell it again.
Up against the wall.
So huge props to them. They're masters in the Shark Tank. I mean, it's at the point now where if a runner goes in and Brother Nature is within 10 miles, they're like, oh, I think I see something down there. So There was nothing. The runner did a really good job. It's just Brother Nature.
definitely did what he could.
Whatever they were doing, it's working.
Those dudes definitely smell blood in the water.
Yeah.
They're a couple of sharks themselves.
Yeah, I'm like, please.
All right. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Runner All-Stars.
Yes, sir.
What would you guys have done if you were the runner in today's Shark Tank scenario? In fact, you've been in this scenario, Bree.
I have. My Shark Tank was actually not on foot. It was in a car. So I think that was an advantage for me. I think he was on the right mindset with disguising himself. I know he had like a braided wig on. So in my opinion, that's a good thing that he did, but I maybe would have taken an extra step. I always think, like throwing on a local restaurant uniform and walking around like that so you look more like a local and not just not yourself. So
Right.
I would have taken it the extra step.
Yeah, I think he should have looked a little bit at what we'd seen. We didn't have that good of pictures of him. However, we did have a good profile, like a side view of him. And honestly, we didn't know that much what he looked like, but we saw he had a badonkadonk type of situation. That's what we were looking for, and he didn't hide that at all. And I think that might be why they saw him from way off. I mean, I think it's impressive, and that's what we were looking for.
Yeah.
And but he didn't hide that. He had the dreads and everything. But I mean, there's other ways to tell.
Yeah, and it is true the dreads don't hide the badonkadonk.
No, I mean unless you had really long ones.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, good luck. Let's see how it all plays out tomorrow in our last 3 days. Good luck, you guys. Friend Zone.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
So help me understand from a chasing perspective, how much does Twitter or social media in general play in a Shark Tank situation? Or do you push it out the door once you get in the tank?
So it's definitely a testy situation simply because you don't want to necessarily be staring at your phone the whole time and have someone walk right by you.
Absolutely.
So we are monitoring it, but we're just kind of glancing down. We did get the aid that he was wearing gray top, black pants, but then we also got a lead saying, he switched into a blue dress shirt. So you have to be very careful as kind of what's true and what's not true, and kind of having the ability to filter through what's real and what's not. But
yeah, I mean, we were combing the streets. But
Yeah.
again, congrats. If anybody
Big congrats to
using
Brother
their
Nature.
intuition or their good vibes, those guys are suited for the Shark Tank. So
Yeah,
if they're in the area,
they're
we're in trouble, and it
stealthy.
paid off today.
Awesome. Well, good luck tomorrow, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, that's it, Matt. There seems to be unanimous consent that Brother Nature, they are sharks themselves in the Shark Tanks. Before I throw it back to you, let's give them a big round of applause for their second win. All right, back at you, Matt.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Kaj. Yep. The downfall of the runner, that telltale badonkadonk. All right. What a fall from grace, though, for a runner. I'm still disappointed about that janky disguise. Luckily, it was only a fall from grace that happened and not a fall from the top of the Space Needle. That would mean it was a win for the chase team called Gravity. So, social media team, how are you doing?
We're good, Matt Pat. This is
Another
crazy.
day, another runner down.
Yes.
It's crazy. Laura, how's
Yes.
social media reacting to the capture of our next runner?
They are really going crazy, as they always are.
Sure.
And they played a huge part, I believe, today in this capture, sending tons of photos out, as we saw earlier, and they just kept going.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff that went out to all the different chase teams to help identify him. I mean, someone sent his name and to Raphael.
Yeah.
So they've really been doing their research to try to help these chaser teams as much as
Yeah,
possible.
it seems to me like in the back half of this chase, ever since kind of Stephanie the Unicorn Runner really started her part of the chase, after Steve's capture, after Mango Legs, social media has really been the deciding factor in a lot of this. They've been putting a lot of pressure on both Stephanie and on Jonathan, as we just saw, where now all of a sudden you have people with cameras in your faces, you have people online who are actively searching for your profiles, your history, and are revealing details about these runners before we do. Like, if you think back to the first 15 days of this chase, it was always us being like, the runner's been out for a couple days. Here's a picture with her face obscured, but here's some hair. Here's her first name. Now all of a sudden, it's like day 3, your entire profile is online.
And as you heard Friend Zone mention, now you don't even know what's real and what's not, because people are going around these cities looking for a certain profile, and they're sending them all these pictures.
Yeah.
So now they're kind of getting looped into the distractions as well.
Yeah, the loyal fans are out there kind of boots on the ground, also doing surveillance and hunting. And then the people who aren't boots on ground are watching webcams. It's crazy. So if you're the runner, you're dealing with a lot of challenges, like America is truly hunting you down at
Yes,
this point.
and-
So it'll be interesting to see, our final runner, presumably
Exactly.
final runner. Who knows?
And that's the thing. And in their defense, it is a lot harder now.
It is.
Because not only are the chase teams smarter and
Yep.
stealthier, but so is America.
America has gotten smarter and
Yeah.
stealthier too. Well, we'll talk more about this in a deeper detail tomorrow. I know. Well, okay, fine.
One more time for Brother Nature.
Just for them. In honor of Brother Nature, everyone touch my chest. There you go.
Yay.
Great. One more. There it is. Perfect. All right. Good. Fantastic. More touching my chest tomorrow, sure. Thanks, Social Squad. So now let's hear it straight from our newly captured runner himself. Human name, you heard me kind of mention it a little bit earlier, Jonathan Garrett, who is standing by live with our very own Kaj Larson. Kaj.
Thanks, Matt. Well, you and I have talked about this. I thought this was the guy. I thought Jonathan was going to go all the way. When I saw him come down off the Space Needle, I thought he had all the goods to go the distance. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. He ran into the fearsomely positive Brother Nature, who got the capture. Jonathan, really well executed all the way overall around on the game. But you got nabbed. Tell me what happened.
Well, thanks, guys. First, I want to say big props to Brother Nature. I mean, their capture was flawless. I got in there. I had a plan of 1, getting in disguise, and 2, walking with people because I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb. And I got it. I got a couple of really cool guys, some younger guys, and we got in there. We got the clue, and I was almost out of there. Really, I saw Brother Nature when they were on their way to the bathroom, but I didn't know where they were going. So me and my crew did an about face. I told them, don't look back. You're gonna look suspicious. We squared the block, and when we looked back around to where Brother Nature was, they just weren't there. So I didn't know they dipped into the building. I thought they just continued down the street. So really, really close to getting away, and I'm telling these guys, hey, the show is The Runner. You have Twitter handles. I'm thinking these guys deserve some runner cash because they were really cool guys. And right when I was having that speech, Travis runs past me, pressing the button, phone in my face. I didn't get a chance to run. He was quick on his feet. I didn't hear him running up or anything. I thought I'd just bolt when I saw somebody. They'd never catch me because I'm a marathoner, but no, they took away that chance. So big props to Brother Nature. They really deserved that one.
Yeah, and you had actually at one point, you had gotten your task and you were on your way out of the Shark Tank, but then you reversed directions. Why'd you do that?
Right. After I got my task, we started to walk back into the Shark Tank. But like I said, I was with some cool guys. They were putting in my address for me. I didn't want to have my phone out. I took it out at first, and then I put it back in. I noticed that the other way, we'd be out of the Shark Tank faster, and that was the direction towards the op. So we turned around, and we were about to walk out of the Shark Tank, but I saw Travis and Koa. Immediately, we turned around to avoid them. Like I said, we squared the block, and they were gone. So I thought, hey, perfect. Guys, guess what? I can probably give you some runner cash. I go into my spiel, and Travis pops in the view out of nowhere like a ninja. I hear no footsteps, and they get me. So I did see them on my way out, turned around and just tried, because I don't think they saw me. I think they really honestly were focused on, going to pee or something. And
you were disguised, you had braids.
Right.
It seemed like you used an incredible number of techniques. All of this sounds like really smart gameplay, no phones, you had a couple of decoys, you had a disguise. What advice would you give to future runners in a Shark Tank situation?
Don't get comfortable at the end. I really felt, you're nervous going in. Will I find my clue? What am I gonna do when I find it? What if I see someone? But I felt so much better after avoiding Travis and Koa and right at my destination, not destination, but right at getting out of the Shark Tank anyway. And I was comfortable. My alert wasn't up. I was telling those guys to look around for me. They were doing it. They were all over it. But right at that point, I wasn't on my P's and Q's anymore, and that's what happens.
I got it. Well, I loved watching you play the game. I thought you had incredible will and incredible tenacity. We know the low light was getting captured. What was the highlight of the game for you?
Oh, it had to be the halo on the Space Needle. It was so cool. Everyone was watching, cameras were out, everyone's taking pictures, and it was really fun. It was a big spectacle. I guess it made the news. I found out later. And
yeah, I saw. I woke up and all the morning news, local newspapers had it. Man repels off the Space Needle. Well, super brave, a brave run all the way around. Thank you. I'm going to release you now, and I'm going to vault you back to Matt Pat in the studio tomorrow and let him grill you further. But
of course,
a job well done, and great to have a fellow veteran make a great run.
Thanks again, Kaj.
All right, good stuff. Okay, Matt, I'll turn him over to you tomorrow. Back to you now.
All right, thanks a lot, Kaj. don't get comfortable after your Shark Tank situation. How about you're on the same block where you just narrowly avoided a chaser team and you're like, oh, here, let me give you runner cash. I'm sorry. Anyway, I am happy to announce that Jonathan will be here live in our studio during our afternoon update tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I can't wait to hear about how the Shark Tank closed in on him from his perspective, and you can bet that I'll be grilling him. I'm glad that Kaj is vaulting him back to me because I have all sorts of questions, ladies and gentlemen. Change your Under Armour. It's quality athletic wear, don't get me wrong, but change it. Anyway, so runner Jonathan may not have gotten himself some cash, but you out there certainly did. Let's reveal the winners of this morning's runner capturing act. If you type the phrase, if you take a plane, train, or UFO, just get their PDQ into the website, then you might be today's preliminary $500 winners, who are over on the big board as we speak. Pulling them up: Richard H., Mandel I., Jason P., Robert J., Shafair A., Daryl D., Jonathan H., Adam L., Alice C., and Zachary M. Congratulations, chaser lovers. You have earned yourself some well-earned cash. And you know what else I've earned? You know what I've earned, meanwhile? I can't say any of these words. The chance to chat with my old friend, the $50,000 MVP leaderboard. One look at these constantly updated lists is telling you that right now, at Fadai Foods is still #1 slot with 6,197 points, followed closely by Jenna's Juicy with just under 5,000. That means that they have been using the hashtag #TheRunnerSweepstakes, all one word, to earn themselves points by getting their posts liked and retweeted. And every point they collect will count as an entry into the massive sweepstakes that we're throwing on July 29th, the second to last day of the chase. Many of you will win thousands of dollars in the sweepstakes, and one of you will earn yourself $20,000 in a grand prize. Overall, there are $50,000 in prizes, so start your hashtagging, people. It is well worth your time. You can get all the fine details on the website, go90.com/therunner. And make sure that you follow @therunnergo90 on Twitter and on Instagram, and like us on Facebook. We get right to it tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern with another brand new runner and a fresh start to our bounty. But until tomorrow, my friends, the chase is on hold.
Thank you.